Man, that was a fast setup. So, I'm late, technically, by 10 minutes. Of not necessarily for streaming, because I do sometimes start around this time. But I was late leaving work by about 10 minutes. And we're playing Murder Mystery Machine, of course. I just wanted to tell the story as I go. So I was about 10 minutes late leaving work, and I thought, I'm going to be late to starting stream. It's going to go short. It still could go short depending, but let's get this. Do I not have sound? That could be a problem. Oh no, I hear it now. DC headquarters, please plaza. You've got a real fan there. Oh. Yeah, he was. Just asking about the case, I know. I'm just yanking your chain. Anyway, still no update with Frank's office. We'll have to wait to get in there. So I called the prison to speak to John Riley in the meantime. And? Oh, wait, sorry. Swap this. So I called the prison to speak to John Riley in the meantime. And? He's dead. Apparent suicide. I told him not to touch anything at the crime scene. We would be there ASAP. And let's get moving. Yeah, so I was late, but literally everything just started up so fast. I've complained different days, I'm sure. Things just going slow. It's today, really good day for this. Apparently. Which puts me in a good mood. State Penitentiary, city boundary. The men's prison shower block was not where I saw myself being this morning. I don't imagine the warden will be thrilled we're here either. He won't like us sniffing around, but we need to look for ourselves. Let's not waste any time then. John Riley. Poor guy. Mr. Cromwell, I'm Detective Clark, and this is my partner, Detective Houston. You got here faster than I expected. You are aware it was a suicide. An apparent suicide, yes. As detectives, we can't just rely on what we've been told. Would you mind answering some questions? If you were quick. How could this have happened with no witnesses? You'll have to read my incident report. It's on the stool. Everything is in there. I find it hard to believe your policy is to allow inmates to be alone in the showers. I can assure you that if a guard had been present, this wouldn't have happened. What can you tell us about him? What's he been like since he's been here? He's a murderer, a dangerous criminal, you know that. I don't know what else there is to say. Well, did he mix with anyone? Was there anyone that took a particular dislike to him? This is a prison, not a schoolyard. He was a prisoner like everyone else. Did anyone come to visit John? He had a couple of visitors, surprising really. A reporter, Karen something, and a male, Mark... Tripp, I think his name was. Karen Whitaker? That's her. My mind won't forget her in a hurry. It was one question after another. She said she wanted to speak to him in private, but that's not our policy. I'd appreciate the footage of both visits. If anything else comes to light, you know where we are. Have we heard of a Harry before? I might just be losing my mind. Wouldn't be the first time. Prison incident report. Incident time 6:16. So I'd assume AM since they're going for the 24-hour clock usually. Location, minimum security wing, shower block B. Injured person name John Riley. Prison number 00. No, it's is it? Yeah, it's 00. Sorry. I confused myself there for a second, but it is 00A0258. Details of incident. Officer on duty found prisoner John Riley 00A0258 hanged in shower of Block B. Inmate found hanging by the neck from tied towel. Inmate was declared dead on scene. CPR not administered. No other persons found at scene. Details of inmate's psychological state and noted erratic behavior to be included. Refer to doctor report. Injury type: deceased. Body be removed by coroner ASAP. Approved by warden Harry Cromwell. Signed HC. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it'd be friction, but... I'm just trying things, don't worry about it. What? Oh. This Bulia? Well, thank you for the follow. I don't want to mispronounce you too many times. This Bulia is what I would assume. But yes, thank you for the follow there. It is appreciated. This is the towel. It is most likely this. It's not. Okay. Not hanging, which was by this towel. So I will just leave that, even though it's not giving me any further information. Ooh, what's this? Knotted shoelaces. Oh, that makes sense. So someone had him tied up. What did you find? What do you make of the marks on John's wrists? I've seen marks like those before on victims after being restrained. He couldn't have done this to himself. Why would there be a knife at the scene of a suicide? That's meant to look like a suicide. We need to get the blood on the blade tested. Maybe you can tell us who else was there, sorry. Oh, there's damage there. Oh no, I don't want to look at yours, John. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Shoot print on the cracked tiles because these are connected. This clearly was not a suicide. These are obvious signs of a struggle. I can't see another way there would be a footprint on the wall. So the question is, who was he struggling with? If it was another inmate, why would Gordon not have just said? Maybe it wasn't an inmate. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Would you mind answering a few more questions? If you're quick. Is it normal for a convicted murderer to be moved to a minimum security wing? We are here to rehabilitate. If they behave, they can be put on a work detail or moved wing, reducing their sentence. And you felt it was appropriate to put a dangerous criminal in the least secure part of the prison. John showed good behavior. I don't need to justify my decisions to you. Yeah. Yeah, that's very much an incorrect pairing there. What did you find? Interesting how Harry said John showed good behavior, and yet the incident report flags his behavior as erratic. He was so erratic, moving him to a less secure part of the prison would only put others, and potentially himself, at risk. Sounds suspicious to me. Something just doesn't add up. Well, it's a cover-up. But we don't know who it is. Which is too bad. But it does seem like the towel is what killed him in the end. Hey. Headquarters, I need a cough drop, so I'm a little bit away from the mic. I've been looking over the camera footage from both visits. Nothing worth reporting from Karen's. And Mark's, is it? I saw you circulated a shot of his face already. Good thinking. Harry failed to disclose the fact that John attacked Mark across the table. He had to be restrained by the guards. I'd say that was worth mentioning. He must have said something John didn't want to hear. And if he's the same Mark that saw Karen, then there is no ignoring the bigger picture. Have you heard back from the fire crew about Frank's office yet? The uniform have just made it in the building. We should get over there, see the damage for ourselves. Everything is tied together. I would really love a similar game where you could have, like, cases and your decisions actually matter instead of it all being guided, but you know what I mean. When we spoke to Rosemary, she said about Frank's government-related files, potentially the missing FD 006147 file. We should have a look for anything that may be connected, if anything survived. He was speaking to a reporter and it's going to whistleblow. He must have kept some evidence to use, and my bet it's here. Is that Rosemary again? No, it's Nadine. Right, Rosemary is the wife. Nadine's the secretary. Oh, it's been a while. Miss Rapinoe, thank you for meeting us here. I understand seeing the office in this state can't be a very pleasant sight for you. I can barely even recognize the place. But how can I be of any help? I was hoping you'd be able to make sense of a few things. Of course. Do you have any idea how the fire could have started? I've been telling them for months that the electrics need to be looked at. Why isn't anything done about it? Apparently they were in the process of getting fixed as part of the renovations. Can you tell me where you were when the fire started? I was in the break room at the time. There was only a few of us up here. Since the renovations started, there aren't many people about, workmen mostly. And when the alarms went off, you all evacuated? We heading straight for the fire escape. I could see the smoke coming from Frank's office. Practically everything was destroyed. Did you see anyone else on the floor? There's an electrician, would you believe? He was working down the hall on the wiring. And a painter. I saw him heading out of the fire escape in front of us. There must have been a schedule for who was going to be on site and when. The movers started last week, and we're meant to be finishing up today. That explains all the boxes. The electricians are in this week, and the decorators next week. Thank you for the time, Miss Rapinoe. We'll be in touch if we need anything else. I feel like it was the electrician. Although, it could be the painter. Because he was going out the fire escape first. I do not think this is an accident. It would be crazy to think this is an accident. Campaign poster, health first. Right. Fighting town, a defeated leader. Over the years, we have faced a number of defining moments, and with every challenge, we have come together and fought, scrapped, and clawed our way through. I've always known that it's the community that holds the town together. But now I fear we have reached a point of make or break that could derail everything we have worked so hard to build. We have seen mayors and governors come and go, but never has one been as detrimental as Governor Noah Johnson. Instead of investing valuable funds into struggling areas, building our economy, and benefiting the community, he chose to push the limited resources into an unnecessary water treatment plant, all in the name of progress. His policies line the pockets of business partners and colleagues, not to mention his own, and offer nothing more than a job at a half-rate plant to the hard-working people who make this town what it is. We've always known what is best for us and our community. Now we must stand together and do what is right and watch the mighty fall. Frank Daniels. Oh, there's a lighter here. There's a burn trail. And a pile of burn books. Oh, there's something up here. Good thing I rotated. Undamaged plug socket. Nope. What did you find? Anything useful? I'm no expert, but it doesn't look like there is any damage to the sockets. At least anything that would start a fire. It seems too much of a coincidence for a fire to have started, especially inside a currently unused office. A fire in an office that belonged to a politician that was whistleblowing, and we find a discarded lighter. That's no coincidence. I doubt we'll be able to get any prints off of it. Not in this condition. The fuse trail leads straight to the pile of books. If anything would help fuel a fire, it's a stack of paper. Could they have known about the potential faulty electrics and made it look like an accident? Whether they knew about the electrics or not, this has arson written all over it. Wait a minute. You've been a great help so far. Could I ask another couple of questions? Mostly just one? Of course. You said you saw workmen in painter's overalls. Didn't you say they weren't due until next week? Oh, that's right. Do you think you would recognize him if you saw him again? I don't know. I only saw him for a second. He had a painter's mask on. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's the painter. Painter, it's arson. I just need the Y, which I'm not sure how to trigger the Y. Okay, good. You've been a great help so far. Can you tell me about these campaign materials? He hasn't gone public with it yet, but he was going to be running for governor. He wanted to make a real difference. Was Governor Johnson aware of Frank's intentions? I heard a conversation between them a few days before Frank died. It didn't sound very friendly. Do you think that was Frank telling him? I think so. The next morning he said that Governor Johnson was in for a rude awakening come election day. I mean, that's good to know. I guess. I might have to use a hint. As I don't see what connection to make. Yeah. Really? There you go. You can have that one while we're at it. That was like the worst hint it could have given me. Maybe I can talk? Yeah, we can talk. Okay. I shouldn't have taken the hint. I should have spoken. Any evidence of exactly what the FT file might contain? Gone. All we have are his campaign materials, and we aren't going to find anything incriminating in those. We know that Karen's killer has the original FT file that Frank gave her. And any hope of finding a copy of it in this place is ash. Less than slim. To destroy the file. Well, that's the why. If I would have just backed out, I would have got it, but... You know. I need patience. I find my patience is wearing thin a lot lately. I don't know why. I'm sure, again, yesterday I got really agitated at the captain when I really shouldn't have. The blood results from the makeshift knife at the prison is in, and it's not John's. So there was a second person at the scene. John wasn't the smallest guy. It might have taken more than one to restrain him. Potentially a group of inmates, one with a knife wound. And yet the prison warden still knows nothing. Knife wound, sorry, not wound. Or at least not saying. And what about Mark Tripp? If he is the same Mark that went to the Hunter's Lodge to see Karen, Connie's the only one that saw him. She will be able to confirm it. Speaking of Connie, while you were at Frank's office, she called the station. Brian, Karen's contact she was meant to meet. I remember. He brought Connie something that she thought would be relevant. Let's get over there. Please don't turn up dead. I don't know why I've been a little on edge lately. Well, I know some of it, but it's fine. Connie might be able to fill in some of the gaps. She's the only one that can link Mark Tripp to Karen. Something down here. Right, the hidden items. I didn't find the one number, well, whatever. Miss C again, Miss Malin. I probably can't mimic what I did for the last time. Connor, please. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for calling. Anything you may have could be of help. I'm not sure what more I can tell you. Is there anything else that was off about Karen in the days leading up to her death? She couldn't switch from work. She couldn't switch off from work. She was even using the phone here to make work calls. Talking to who? She never said. Just that they were all connected to what she was investigating. Why was she using the phone here? She didn't trust who was listening at the office. She didn't say who or why, though. I'd like to get a copy of her phone's call list. Of course. I found one of her notebooks with some scribbles in it. Means something to me, but maybe you can make some sense of them. Oh, it means nothing to me, but maybe you can make some sense of them. I got behind the bar. I understand Brian came to the bar looking for Karen. He had no idea she'd been killed. Wasn't expecting him to be so upset, actually. Thought he was just one of her contacts. So did I, until he told me they've known each other for a while. He'd helped her with the store when she first moved there. She even helped him out with the hospital bill. Hospital bill? That must have set her back. He'd been for some tests and brought the results here because he thought it would help their investigation. That's why I called you guys. I'd like you to have a look at this photograph. That's him. The man who came in for Cam that night. Have you caught him? Not yet. We believe he may be involved in another open case. Now we know for sure he's connected to Karen too. Oh no. Brian's medical report. I feel like it's related to the water treatment plant. Oh, they messed up. When's hospital contact 1400, predicted monthly death plus 2% max, actual plus 5%. Most common symptoms: high blood pressure, numbness, jaundice, kidney organ failure. Why? Thursday, Frank 1630. WTP saved 25k on material contracts. Pipes, JP Phillips 10k. Wiring, Morgans and Co. 12k. Brick, Jarvis and Jarvis 3k. Friday, Sean Jarvis 1530. Cancel. What did you find? Karen proof that there had been cost cutting during the construction of the water plant. Even with cheaper materials, the construction would still need the necessary health and safety sign-offs. They would have been signed off at the start when everything was fine, but could the materials affect the water quality in the long run? I imagine so. Who knows how often they make inspections? We are missing something. I'm just gonna do a quick sweep of the bar just in case, but I highly doubt there's anything else here. Yeah, okay. What'd you find? If the water quality standards matter dropped over time, could that explain the high levels of lead in Brian's report? I don't know how else he could get that levels of lead that high. Yeah, I feel like we're missing something too. What'd you find? Raised levels of lead in blood would make you very sick very quickly. And not treated ASAP, there's not much chance of fighting its effects. We only have proof of one case. If we're going to accuse someone, we need to get more evidence. One case and what could already be a widespread problem. At least now we have some proof besides what could be in the FD006147 file. Either way, we get a Y. It doesn't matter how good my connections are. I'm missing a deduction. That's not bad. I got the list of calls Karen had made at the bar from Connie before we left. Frank's office, a payphone in the prison, multiple calls to each. She was really doing her homework. And keeping what she learned away from the office. I'm not surprised. Think it was Clancy she didn't want to hear? Surely if she was researching a story like that, he would support her? If it affects him, he'll do anything to hide the truth. So now Clancy, the editor of the Tribune, is involved with corruption and murder. Your words. I think we should at least get over there and have another chat with him. We know what you're looking for now. Maybe we missed something of Karen's last time we were there. Maybe. How's this case gonna end? Will it end? It might continue like the last one. We get what we can from him, and then we get out. Deal? I know Clancy isn't your favorite person, but surely you can put up with him for questioning. Let's just make it quick. I assume I can't check anything yet. No. Oh, she is here. I thought she was gone. Officer Clark, you're here again. I won't take up too much of your time. Any more than what you already have. Make it fast. I understand that Karen was making calls outside of the office because she didn't trust someone here. So she thought she was in the middle of some Russian spy drama. A little far-fetched, don't you think? Sounds to me like she didn't trust her boss. If that was the excuse she wanted to avoid doing her work in the office, so be it. She still kept you in loop, though? She had something big to tell you. All my reporters think they have something big. You learn to take things with a pinch of salt. And your working relationship with her? It was what you said, a working relationship. Everything was fine like it is with everyone. I appreciate you talking with me. That's not how she said it, but that's how I feel like saying it. I'm with you, Nate. I don't like him. Can I? Okay, I can talk to you. Good. Nice to see you, Ophelia. Officer, you're back again. Have you found Karen's killer yet? We are getting close. With your help, we can find them faster. What do you need? How have things been in the office? It's been pretty tense. Mr. Brown wasn't too happy with me after your last visit. I should keep my mouth shut in the future. And why is that? He said that you were just sniffing around for anything, and I shouldn't give you any ammo to use against us. You're telling us the truth. That's all we ask. You've been a great help. Thank you. Couple more questions. About Clancy. Karen seemed nervous to talk in the office. Any idea why? I wouldn't have said nervous. Mr. Brown would have his moments. But Karen did start taking the brunt of it. What happened? Why was it directed at her? No idea. Something happened, though. We could all see it. She was a star reporter then. She wasn't. Has Mr. Brown been acting differently with anyone else? It's been a lot snappier with all of us. He told me to clear out Karen's desk, which I thought was a bit soon. I don't think the boss's interference has helped. They've been here at the office? They only ever call. But it's non-stop. It would be a long way to come from City Hall. That's City Hall. Why would they be coming from there? The calls always come from an internal number there. I might have checked his calls once or twice. I mean, that makes sense to what I'm thinking, but that's still a moment. Reporter Karen Whitaker. Interviewee John Riley. Okay, so walk me through what happened when you arrived at the house. Like I said, I was only meant to get the file. It was meant to be an easy job, in and out, no fuss. His office window wasn't supposed to be locked. Let me get this straight. You were hired to break into Frank Daniels' home and steal a file? Did you know what was in it? Yeah, that's right. I didn't care what was in it. I'm smart enough to know not to ask questions. It can't have been worth a man's life, though. Once you were in, then what? He must have heard the window smash. I didn't want to hurt him. I wasn't meant to hurt him. But he wouldn't back down. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, there's something over there, too. She's having some problems walking. New jobs, new town. Our town has been given a new lease of life, from darkness into the light. Last year's construction of the water treatment plant saw a new dawn for the town after years of a struggling economy taking us out of the dark ages and into the future. The construction of the plant saw a steep rise in jobs and opportunities to the local area, with even more being created as a result. But with the good also comes some bad. Recent reports show an increase in worker absences from not only the plant itself, but across a small number of industries, with many declaring symptoms of a sickness that appears to be present throughout the town. Medical professionals are still investigating the source of the sickness, and no official warnings have been made. Chairman of the Water Treatment Board and figurehead behind its construction, Governor Johnson, has not been available to give a statement, but was able to give me a few words. Whatever challenges our town faces, we must tackle them together, head on. We expect a public forum in the coming days to discuss the matter. Karen Whitaker. Did someone breathe in the game, or am I hearing things now? I will just hope I'm hearing things. No, I'll hope it was in the game, actually. New jobs, old regime. Our town has been given a new lease of life at the cost of our lives. Last year's construction of the water treatment plant saw what many thought would be a new dawn for the town, the sun rising over the years of a struggling economy. But recent reports show an increase in worker absences, not only from the plant itself, but across all industries and areas, with over 65% stating symptoms of a sickness that is plaguing our town. Official figures released this week show that hospital visits are up. This month's death rate has increased by 5%, and with no explanation, doctors are baffled as to the origin of the virus. When questioned on the matter, chairman of the Water Treatment Board and a main activist behind its construction, Governor Johnson, declined to make an official statement. Is this another sign of those in positions of power feeding their pockets more than their people? With many more. How many more must lose their lives before our council and government see the light and bring us out of the dark age of corruption? Karen Whitaker. I don't know how much that even connects, if any of it does, but I did what I felt was right. Now, do you want to talk more or no? Yes. Do you want to talk more or no? Because I'd rather talk to you than him. No. Can you spare one more minute? Make it fast. Can you tell me why Karen's article was so heavily edited? You are aware I'm the editor. That's my job. I understand that, but don't you think the people deserve to know the truth? Of course, it's the evil boss. Did you think it might have been because the facts weren't the truth? Karam willingly used incorrect data? I wouldn't say incorrect, just exaggerated, and it wouldn't be the first time. So he's a liar. I already figured that much out. Anything worth mentioning? We only have Clancy's word about Karen exaggerating figures. I can't see it, but why would he lie? Out of the two, which one has the friends in high places that could be affected by the truth going public? You put it like that. Oh, that didn't quite reach. Oh, I'm missing evidence. But I'm right. So, good enough. I didn't see any more evidence, though. If Clancy's taking orders from City Hall, I think it's time he spoke with his friend Governor Johnston. Doing just what he is told doesn't surprise me one bit with Clancy. The governor seems to be connected to everyone. We need to find that piece of damning proof that ties it all together. It won't be as easy as that, but maybe he will slip up and give us something. Something's better than nothing. So this is where our jobs get threatened, because I feel like this is where our jobs get threatened. I mean, didn't Clancy technically already threaten them? Yeah, well. I'll let you take the lead. Just remember who you're dealing with. He's going to have an answer for everything. Don't worry, I've got this. He's a very fancy man, though. Governor, thank you for seeing us. I appreciate how busy you must be. You must be Detective Clark. I see you brought your partner with you. Detective Houston? Yes, I'm familiar with Mr. Houston. So you'd be happy to answer a few questions? Anything for our boys in blue. Assume you are now aware of John Riley's death. It's suicide to me. A coward's way out, if you ask me. It suits him perfectly. I don't know if that's something you'd want to say publicly. Second-rate criminal that broke in and shot a well-respected man dead in his home. He deserves nothing. I assume you've heard about Karen Whitaker's death. When was the last time you had contact with her? If you have something to say, Detective Clark, you can go right ahead and ask. We found an article that was due to be published that showed she had spoken with you recently. And you think I had something to do with her death? We were just talking with those she spoke with on the days leading up to her death. I wouldn't say I got much of a chance to speak. She pestered my office for an interview, which quickly turned into an interrogation. Have you heard the name Mark Tripp before? I can't say that I have. We believed he was involved with the murder of Karen Whitaker and also the fire at Frank Daniels' office. I wouldn't be associated with a man like that. Perhaps you should be looking for him. I can assure you we are doing what we can to find him. Thank you. You've been most helpful. none of that quite. Oh, wait. What do you got here, Governor? Photo of the Governor and Mortimer Cromwell. Well, I didn't see that one. I'll talk to you before I talk to him, Nate. But I need to do this. Governor breaking ground at water treatment plant. Okay. That didn't go exactly to plan. He knew just what to say to keep his name out of anything suspicious. He didn't bat an eyelid when I mentioned John or Karen. This won't be the first time he's put on the spot. He knows what he's doing. And we need to find the angle he can't wiggle out of. What are you thinking? I'm thinking about the governor's connections and John's death. Okay. He told us himself that he's good friends with Harry Cromwell, so we know Harry would have his back. What are you getting at? But John Riley's unnecessary move to minimum security came as a request from him, a friendly favor. Harry would have the power to make that happen, no questions asked. And John was no longer surrounded by guards 24/7. Anyone would be able to get to him. And they did. I think you're onto something. I think I'm onto something too. I feel like he has something planned for that. Did I try this? I probably already tried this. Do you have time for some more questions? Anything for our boys in blue. I didn't know you were such good friends with Warden Cromwell. And why would you... You have a lot of well-placed friends. Mr. Cromwell at the prison, Mr. Brown at the Tribune. In my position, you make a lot of friends. You also make a lot of enemies, people that will twist the truth to make you out to be the villain. Anyone you'd like to mention? I don't think airing my dirty laundry is appropriate right now. Do you, Detective? You've done a great service to this town building the water treatment plant. Thank you. It's always good to hear your hard work has been appreciated. Could you tell me about the reasons behind the contract changes and use of cheaper materials? Detective Clark, I promised this town I would create new jobs and make savings where I could for improvements elsewhere. I did that. I understand. I understand that. I just wanted to ask you about the... It never ceases to amaze me how people twist things to find something negative. I did what I promised. End of story. Yeah, right. Give times for some more questions. I think boys in blue. Were you aware Frank Daniels' campaign promised to put health first? A dig at me and my policies, no doubt. Look, politics is full of backstabbing and calculated plans. It's just something I have to deal with. So Frank's article was just an attempt to undermine you? Frank had a good heart and intentions. In the public eye, at least. Whatever you think you know about him, his career always came first. I achieved what I wanted for this town, and hard as he tried, he couldn't change that. This wouldn't be connected, would it? No. I mean, it's blatantly Governor Johnson. See if there's anything I'm missing. Look, it's blatantly him. Regardless of anything else, it's blatantly him. I could have walked in and put his name in. I would have been right. Nothing from the governor. Where do we go from here? I'm not sure. It would be easier if it wasn't just the two of us. What about Merrick? He's captain. He'll know what to do. We can do this ourselves, so we don't need to involve him. We're going to need someone with authority on our side if we are suggesting the governor is involved. Talk about being wrapped around a finger. What does he have on you? What do you mean? Not all of us have something to hide. Come on, out with it. It's only suggesting we tell our superior about what we've found. You know, what we are meant to do? We're supposed to be partners, and you're hiding something. If I can't trust you either. Sorry, but it's not what you think. Merrick asked. He asked you to do what? He wanted me to report anything out of the ordinary with you, but he never told me why. Don't play dumb. I knew there was something going on. I really didn't think you would fit so comfortably in his pocket. It's not like that. I didn't tell him anything outside of the case. Sent down here to babysit me. What exactly have you told him? Only what we've been investigating, I swear. I told you I didn't need a partner. Look, I'm sorry you know now, though. Merrick obviously thinks there's something worth watching you for. What haven't you told me? After all this, why would I tell you anything? We're meant to be partners. Total honesty. Do I not deserve that? I think we both do. To be continued. So that is where we will leave the stream. And we don't know who attacked him. We know it was at the Tal, and we know it's for cover up for Governor Johnson about the water treatment plant, apparently. But that is all we know. Next time we'll be playing Godless Tactics. But, you know, next time we play this, hopefully we'll find some more answers. Okay, so there's no stream tomorrow, but we will be back at a regular time on Thursday with Godless Tactics, Friday with the Captain, Saturday with Murder Mystery Machine, and then will be Sunday. I don't know if we'll just go right to Godless Tactics or if I'll just throw something in, because there are quite a few batches days coming up, so I don't know what I'll be doing for sure. But we will see when we get there. But considering how much it took me to figure out what in the world to be doing now, yeah. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time.